Take a look at this chart right here. At first glance, it seems like it's the current Bitcoin chart after breaking the all-time high, but it's not. It's the 2013 going into 2017 chart after Bitcoin broke the all-time high in 2017. We're looking at the first major run-up of the Bitcoin price in 2017. Now let me slide this chart over to where we are now. Looks very similar, doesn't it? Bitcoin just broke the all-time high a couple months ago, and this means that the crypto bull market hype cycle is just starting to kick in. So this then begs the question, how much time do we have right now in this current bull market? And how long is this current bull market hype cycle going to last, and when should we be thinking about getting out of the market? Now, we are in the very early stages of this bull market, but it's always good to have a plan, and it's always good to think ahead. And that is exactly what my channel is all about, putting our minds into the future so that we are prepared. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss in today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about how much time we may have left in this current Bitcoin bull market hype cycle. Right now is one of the most exciting periods in crypto history. We've had Bitcoin break the all-time high. We're seeing Ethereum break the all-time high, and a lot of the altcoins are starting to explode. Some of these altcoins are starting to get 10x's, 100x's, and eventually they're going to have 1000x gains. And most of the crypto market is doing extremely well right now. But the determining factor behind how well the crypto market is going to do is, of course, Bitcoin. How much time do we have left in this cycle, and when are we going to be taking profits? When should you think about taking profits? Now, let me just first say, I think we're in the beginning stages of the bull market, and we have, another half year ahead of us of upside, but we have to be thinking ahead, guys. When are we going to take profits? You got to have a plan. On Twitter, I made a post about an hour ago. I said the crypto industry is still underdeveloped. There is an imbalance between the true value and its speculative price points, though its foundation is becoming stronger. Right now, everything is at fair value or below fair value, which is bullish. But I believe in the next 6 months, we are going to hit over evaluation. And the reason why I brought up the Bitcoin chart in the beginning was so that we can think about how are we going to analyze this? What is the usual time frame that we reach over evaluation in the crypto market and we see over speculation from the bulls? And this is very important for your success in this bull market and knowing when you need to be getting out. Now, again, we're thinking ahead. We're thinking 6 months out from now. Now let's measure from the 2016 halving to the 2017 bull market peak. How long did this hype cycle last, this bull market last? It was about 525 days from the halving to bull market peak. And also I want to measure up the all-time high break to bull market peak. From all-time high break in 2017 to bull market peak in 2017, it took about 236 days. So 525 days from halving to all-time high and 236 days from all-time high break to all-time high. Now, I want to measure up the same time frame because right now Bitcoin is actually going right along with the stock to flow model. So let's go ahead and measure this up. From halving, 525 days. Where would that land us? So according to the last cycle, that would land us around October of 2021. So actually after the summer. Now from all-time high break, counting 236 days, this would land us at about August of 2021 this year. So this is pretty interesting. There's a little bit of a difference in potential for when this bull market's actually going to end. And personally, what I think the better estimate is to make is to actually take the hype cycle timing, meaning when we broke the all-time high, how much time did it take for bullish emotional feedback to get us to the all-time high? Well, it was 236 days after the all-time high break here in 2017. And we all know that human beings tend to repeat their behavior. So I think it makes more sense to, instead of looking at the halving to all-time high, look at the hype cycle timing, meaning all-time high break to all-time high. And for us, that would land us around August of this year. Summer of 2021 is when I expect this hype cycle, this emotional hype cycle, the bullish speculation would likely peak somewhere around that time of August of this year. And then we would end the bull market and look to trade sideways until the next halving. And this means that we have about 6 months from now to ride this wave to the upside. And of course, the next question is, when should we be selling? When should we be taking profits? I think that anything below 50,000 is a once in a lifetime buy opportunity because we will probably not go lower than 50,000 in the next bear market, considering that every other bear market has had an 85% correction, 85% correction. If we got about an 80 to 85% correction, that would land us roughly at 50K. So I think that even right now is a good buy. But as Bitcoin starts to exceed the 6-digit level, as we're getting above 100K, that's when I think we're entering the area of over exuberance. And that's when, it's a good idea to probably stop buying, let the retail FOMO take over, send the prices, to their peak point. Now, I'm not going to be selling everything if we get above 100K. I actually think we have a potential to run as high as 250,000 in this bull market. So my plan is once we get above 100K, I'm going to start to consider maybe scaling out. Once we get towards 200K, I think that is the point of over-evaluation, and that is very traditional for Bitcoin. So anything above 200,000, in my opinion, is excessive. It's excessive over-evaluation for the Bitcoin price at this point in time. So in my opinion, above 100,000 is a no-buy zone. After that, it's probably not the best idea to be buying. And if we get above 200,000, in my opinion, that is the point where, I'm going to be, very likely selling a big portion of my portfolio. And I'm going to hold on to some of it just in case I am wrong. And the last signal that I'm looking for is the break below the parabolic structure, because very likely we're going to be entering a large-scale parabolic trend. And once we break the structure to the downside, that's the final sell signal. When the demand is not strong enough to maintain the parabolic trajectory, just like here in 2017. If you guys were watching my channel, I was calling for the bear market after we broke the parabolic trend line, right? And that's exactly what I'm looking for now. This is a very common structure for Bitcoin in a bull market. So once we can't maintain the long-term parabolic structure, we break below it, that is the final sell signal that we need to be getting out. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on, my long-term thoughts here and what my plan is. When I'm going to stop buying for the most part above 100K, and when I'm going to be selling most of my portfolio above 200K, and I'm going to be doing a full exit of the market after we break the parabolic structure. So, thinking long-term is very important, and understanding where we actually are within the cycle is so important so that you guys can actually take real measures to protect your value and to take the profits and the gains that you're about to make over the next 6 months. So again, in my opinion, we have a lot more upside over the next half year. Thousands of percent gains are coming for a lot of these altcoins, and Bitcoin itself could see another 500% to the upside, and Ethereum could potentially 10x, right? And other coins like Chainlink could be seeing prices like $200 to $400 in this bull market. So I just want to give a quick overview of what my thoughts are, what my plan is, and how I'm looking to trade this market over the next half year. Staying long-term focused, keeping your eyes on the horizon, I think is the way to succeed in this market, and not caring about any of the short-term moves. The way that I see it is if you're trading in the short term, you're making money to buy lunch tomorrow. If you're trading for the long term, the multi-1,000% trends, which is what I'm doing here, you're making money so that you could put a down payment on a house or something, right? And that's the mentality that I have when approaching the market. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And also, as I mentioned, I think the altcoins are going to be seeing 10, 100, 1,000x returns over the next 6 months. And if you want to see what altcoins I'm personally accumulating, join the Patreon. It's the best way to support this channel. It's the best way to get extra content, and you can get direct access to me if you want to ask me any questions. And I'll see you guys in the next video.